What's up, guys? We're going to do the last remaining Desert Storm cards. Got these at the Goodwill auction, and time to open these bad boys up. It's been 30 plus years, so we're going to get right to it. No fuss, no muss. Let's get it. We're looking for anything, all things cool with these cards. What we got here? Kuwait. That's the Kuwait flag. Let's see what we got. Stinger missile, Desert Hawk, the FA-18 Hornet, nice. The Tomahawk, those are very popular then. UH-60, those are the Black Hawk, right? Well, let's look. I'm going to Google that. Hang on, sorry, it's been a late night for me. I've been up doing some graduate school work. We're about to get our education here. Nothing like staying up till 5 in the morning and then getting right back up and going right to it. Gotta hustle. And that is right. That is the Black Hawk UH-60. That's cool. Made famous by the movie Black Hawk Down, among others, right? Nothing like a good film to in a series of events, but what a workhorse. That and the Chinook. Anyways, I digress here. Where are we? Oh yeah, everyone members wearing the mop gear. No magazines inserted into the muzzle. Right here, we're looking right there. There's no magazine inserted. So. And also, fun fact, finger is not on the trigger guard there, so way to go, fellas. You know, good weapons handling, safe weapons handling. I like that. In the trenches, looks like either a saw or a 240. I can't tell. It's hard to tell. Let's see if it says in here. Yeah. Anyway, so let's keep going. We're having some fun. We're drinking coffee this morning. We're lethargic. We're opening cards. It's a great day to be alive, folks. It's really, really great day to be alive here. I mean, what can you ask for? United Nations, nice. All right, satellite communications, F-16, F-6 intruder, nice. The 551, Sheridan. Oh, the Marines, those damn Marines. Oh. Oh my goodness. If there was one thing I learned when I was in Marine Corps boot camp, MCRD San Diego, among other things, is to keep your damn mouth shut and also do what other people are doing, because those damn drill instructors will just eat your ass, and I mean will fucking be on you. Sorry for the language, but when you become a Marine, you tend to cuss a lot too. There's an Apache, so I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, did my time, and got out, went to school. Got myself some education. Check that out. There's a Harrier. It's one of my old favorites with the vertical takeoff. Basically, it'll do some sweetness. Paratroopers landing. All right. That's an M60, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check it out real quick. Does it say? No, it doesn't. It says broadly machine guns. The Harrier's cool, though. I like that. So, yeah, anyways, went to Iraq. I was a truck driver in the Marine Corps. I was a MOS of the initial MOS is 3531. And then I got the secondary, which is the LVS, or the Logistics Vehicle System, UK. And I was at Fort Leonard Wood. Lots of fun times there. Strip clubs, Big Daddies, Big Louie's. I don't think those are around anymore. I think they're not there anymore, but that's okay. We had some good times at the old strip clubs. So if there's anything you can do outside of going to strip clubs, there was a pool hall there, and one of our sergeants told us not to go there. We went anyways because, you know, how dare you tell us what to do on our free time. We went there anyways. Sorry I'm rambling, but Syria, nice. We went there and some old man shows up in overalls, kid you not, shows up in overalls and starts playing pool. And I see this old man in overalls basically run the table. I mean, this old man, overalls on, is just hitting, I mean, just sinking every single shot he's got lined up. Ran the table. Can't believe it. It was just very impressive. Little checklist. Nice. So that was probably one reason why that sergeant told us not to go down there. Sergeant Young in Motor T School and LBS School told us not to go down there. So we went anyways. We had to prove them wrong. What we got here? Saudi Arabia? Yep. Sorry I'm rambling. I've just been up late early this morning, so excuse me for the incoherent and just ramble. Tent City. I remember staying in those in our first deployment. There's a little speck there with an imperfection right there. Staying in those, I remember, I mean, all kinds. I mean, you talk to any veteran, I mean, you got all kinds of fun stories. And I always like hearing there's another Apache. I always like hearing the funny stories. You know, it's one thing to get deployed and be in a combat zone and, you know, get round shot at you and IEDs blowing up and, you know, seeing all the bad part of humanity. But I always enjoy the funny stuff. Like, well, one story I got is I was driving the XO in the Humvee, and she was sitting in the back, and there was a low water crossing there in TQ. Some of you might know that. Anyways, that's cool. Anyways, the back door on the Humvee swung open, and we went through a low water bridge or low water spot there, and basically she got hit with sewer, or not sewer water, but it's nasty, like stagnant water. And before all that happened is one of my NCOs told me, like, hey, brast rust. And I was like, what? Okay. So what that means is hit the gas as soon as we get there, Morocco. So she ended up getting covered in dirty water. And of course, back then in the early days of Iraq, you know, 04, 05, you know, they'd have like here we go, it's a good example. So anyways, before they got all the up-armored Humvees, they would have these, we would call them their L-shaped doors. So, right, so it would cover this part, and there would be a little bit of like an L, right, to like the driver, but you can still see out. These hinges here are not meant to carry all that weight because, I mean, I don't know how much those L-shaped doors weighed on Humvees, right? And so it just put a lot of strain on the actual hinges and so forth. And then also the locking mechanism would never work, right? Because it's not meant to. I mean, you just adapt and overcome, right? So this door, as we're driving in this Humvee, hit this water, the door flung open, and then she just got covered in water. And then before I even hit this body of water, I told my sergeant at the time that was sitting in the driver's seat what we're doing, and the gunner all this was removed. This Humvee was removed, and we had a 240 there. And so the gunner got down, and I just hit this water, you know, I don't know, maybe 40, you know, maybe. Because these things don't go fast. They go like 65 miles an hour tops. We may have been, I don't know, 30, 40 miles an hour. Hit this body of water. Water comes in, door swings open, water comes in, just hits her, and she's like, oh, you know, you meant to do that. And I'm like, oh, no, ma'am. You know, I'm just trying to get through the water. And so I look over at the sergeant, and he's sitting over here, and before we even hit this water, he puts on his goggles, because, you know, on our helmets, you know, you have here you go, little show and tell here. Back then, we would have our goggles right here on our helmets. He puts them down over his face as to like, nope, like, hey, hit the gas. Oh, gosh. Oh, my. Anyways, I digress. Just telling stories. I mean, stuff like that's funny. You know, you just, you know, I remember getting Dr. Pepper in Egypt. getting Dr. Pepper, and like I thought that was like the greatest thing ever. Is or I remember like my best friend sent me a care package and it had Mountain Dew in it, and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, like what a what an awesome thing to be sending me over. It's like my mom sent me over like the newspaper, like she would, because I'm big in current events and local stuff. I want to see what's going on in the community, and my mom would send me the local newspaper, Kool-Aid, the packages of orange juice, Gatorade, gum, cigarettes. Here's again Saudi Arabia. Some kind of debris there. Cigarettes. I mean, the list goes on, right? And so when you get these care packages, that's cool. Oh, I got another story about a 46 or a 47. Tell you that in a second. Oh, all right. Got our first general here of this. I'm not familiar with General. Not familiar with him. I'll have to do some more reading on because it looks like he was talking about the ground operations. So I know that the coalition forces had a pretty, Army ground tactics. Yeah, and you'll have to forgive me too. I'm sleep deprived too. So, anyways, probably on this one I'm better off just goofing off and telling stories because brain fog. It's real. Mail call. Anyways, so again, let's get back to story time real quick because that's really seems like I can only do that right now because I'm just so. Anyways, so another quick story time. Again, here we go. So we're in. This is not. I'm just going to use this for demonstration purposes only. We're in 7 tons. Those are the MTVR Marine Corps trucks. Anyways, we're in those. We're waiting to go outside the gate in TQ. And next thing I know, I was on a mounted gun. So I was up on the top in the turret here. And in the airfield there in TQ, they have an airfield. And from the distance I seen to my, I had my back towards this helicopter that was coming in. What it did is it seen our convoy that was basically lined up in a straight row, going like north or south, east or west, right? But anyways, we're lined up, ready to go. And this 40, this is a 47, but we call them in the Marine Corps 46s. It was a 46. Same thing. They got the 2 props. I'm sure, not the same thing, but you guys get where I'm going. Anyways, I'm rambling. Let's go. So this aircraft flies low over the entire convoy. I mean, like it literally felt like I could reach out and touch the bottom of this aircraft. That's how low it was. And I'm sure the pilot did that on purpose too, just to say, hey, I'm going to go and buzz these guys. So, oh gosh, I mean the stories, the memories. I mean that stuff is just like anybody. I mean you go to college, you have a common experience. You work at a certain industry or wherever. You build relationships and bonds. Another Saudi Arabia card. Another Apache too. It's this common collective. Definitely builds character, that's for sure. There's another Harrier. The paratroopers are landing. Machine gun. I don't know about this packs here. I think this is kind of fuddy-duddies here, but I don't know. It's time to open them. You guys been in the packages for like 30 plus years. They're United Nations. Boy, look at the dirt here. There's a Desert Hawk. 18 Hornet. Another Tomahawk. All right, well, and I mean, more commons. Well, we only got one general. And you got some me rambling incoherently. Hopefully I made some sense. Hopefully, that was a USA card. Or USA flag, I should say. See what we got in here. Anything good? Boy. Excuse me. Nope, that's it. Well, only one. We got some stories out of the deal, so I guess we got something done. I'm gonna keep drinking my coffee this morning, and and see what's shaking. But until then, folks, we'll see ya later.